Hmm. Recording process.
Good evening, friends. We had with us. मैंने एक पेलो बुक आप जाने बेटा मेरे टेबल पे बुक पड़ी है इनकी लिखी हुई. Good evening, friends. This is C. Nitin Pathak, Chartered Accountant, running an ISACA chapter in Ahmedabad. Our main aim of the chapter is to make India a very powerful country. India youth, Indian personnel can deliver the goods and services which have been known all around the world. People know about Google. All CEO, CFO of main companies are from India. But that is one thing which પેલી સાહેબની ચોપડી પડી છે મારા ટેબલ પર આ બાજુ છે જો ને બેટા. હા તો that is how, and for that I wish that person who are youth are being supported by person who is aged more than 60 to 75, 78, 80, 82, those who are able to walk. As you know, Ratan Tata is very active in social media. He is promoting the whole country as a whole. And the same way I find, like Ratan Tata, like-minded person, Colonel Dr. V.K. Gautam. I know him since 5 to 10 years, almost decade, and he has taken a different lectures on different subject. One of his own passion. He is a doctorate. He supports many more persons to become a doctorate, and his knowledge and patience I have unmatched with any other person I had ever seen in my life. His 3-book series, which is going to be published under the banner of CAP. CAP is Colonel Academy Professional Excellence, established in 1986 and registered in 2012. Is one of the book is Organization Behavior Volume 2, 2023, which he has gifted me. And once I start reading, I find that if India is to be a champion of the world, we need to read the book by each and every personnel of India, and that makes our country a different country. I wish not only Modi Saab, but many Modi Saab is required in different fields. And I wish, and I'd seen Colonel Gautam is one of the leader like Modi Saab as a politician, not as a politician, but as a leader, as a role model for a lot of person. He is not running the country. He is not running a political party only, Modi Saab, but he is exemplary in his clarification and thought pattern, the way he walks, and I see unmatching the way Colonel Gautam is also doing the same way. And uh, before I hand over a charge to him, today's topic is time management, and he is going to take a sequel in the years to come. This presentation is available on blog also, and you can come and ask the question on the blog. My blog address is nitinpathakblogspot.com, and his PPT, his presentation, 4 presentation is available on blog, where you need to give a mark, which marking system is also developed. And this presentation would be still available on YouTube. With this introduction, time is like is there, but people don't plan. Why people don't plan? Because they don't plan. It is said that it is better to plan rather than fail to plan. Just plan. Don't fail to plan. With this small introduction of Colonel Gautam, I hand over the mic, the speaker, and I wish anybody wants to have a talk on the subject, please come back and revert. With this, hand over the mic to Colonel Gautam.
Good evening, one and all. Before I start this topic, though we take 4 to 5 hours, but we'll finish within 50 minutes. And generally, I conduct such a workshop not in the form of virtual or all physical workshop, so that we carry out a exercise. Accordingly, I have given two instrument, instrument one and instrument two. And instrument two, the answer is simple, but instrument two, one is little complicated. Back to the point, I want to ask from the audience sitting over here, why do we put on a watch? So your answer was to see the time. No, the answer is to be on time. The second question is you find a wall clock on the wall. Everybody is watching at home or a place of work. Why do we keep a watch on the wall clock? Is it visible prominently? All are as per the schedule they are moving it. It is drawing the attention of the people that you should be on time, do your work as per the schedule, don't get late. And watch is working like a hunter, a man with a hunter. Do it on time. The third question is, what should you eat and when you should eat? The answer is very simple. It is not important what you eat. It is important when you eat. The schedule must be set. Today, youth is falling sick, taking a junk food, not finding a time. And this is a very bad thing. So I send you a message. It is not important what you eat, it is important when you eat. Many times we talk very loosely. मरने का समय नहीं है, पसीना साफ करने का समय नहीं है, मरता तो क्या नहीं करता. Such negative thoughts come into your mind. But those who have seen Mahabharata serial, they know मैं समय हूं. समय जो है वो बदलता नहीं है. दुनिया बदलती है लेकिन समय नहीं बदलता है. Now I move with the presentation. I know there's no communication, so there's a problem of communication. I cannot interact at the moment, but you can. I have given my email. I have given my everything. Now I have taken this caption from the long back. In that says, as soon as I get organized, I promise to make an promise to attend the next workshop. That will never come. Tomorrow, nobody has seen it. When you go to tomorrow, 30th of December, then again tomorrow is on 31st of December. None has seen tomorrow. Birth and death is controlled by the Almighty God, not by you and me. Now, I have made an acronym. What is the time? Time is money provided we use effectively. Any one of you can tell me how many years you work in your life. Do you know how many years you work in life? Yes. How many years? 72 years, she said. As per this defense study carried out in Missouri, long back, we came to the conclusion those are very hardworking researchers. They work for 4 years. Those who are less hardworking like us, they work for 3 years. So throughout the life, average age is taken 70 years. And of course, more than 64%, only 8% live in India. We cannot compare with the South Korea, Germany, and Japan, where the average age is too high and they work till the age of 80. No, no harm. I am also 77. But provided we use the time effectively, only then you can save time converting 24 hours into 26 hours. We must convert 24 hours into 26 hours. Now I have given an instrument one, and no, I don't know whether you will be able to solve it or not. Uh, can they interact with me? No. Anybody they can speak to me? Anybody want to solve this instrument? Time is 4 minutes. Questions are only 12. Options are 4 each. Tick mark 1 each. You will come to know whether you need a time management workshop or not, or such a lecture is required or not. You will come to know. I just showed you the slide. Question number 1. Question number 1. No, no, no. Question number, instrument number 1. Okay. What you're going to do is I'll give the answer subsequently. I'll post on the website. My website is www.capeac.org. You can download the lectures and everything. There's no cost involved. If they ask, write down student. That's all. Now, so time, if you use this questionnaire with 12 questions, time given is 4 to 6 minutes, and your answer will be available. The answer have not been given in your questionnaire. Only the questionnaire has been given with 12 questions. The second question has been given with the 20 question. That answer is very simple. You accumulate the point, higher the point, better you are managed. Now coming to the real nut bolts of the lecture, of the talk, time management, it is a resource. It cannot be accumulated. You can put the money in the bank, you can buy metal like silver or a gold or any platinum, but time cannot be purchased or accumulated. It cannot be retrieved. Somebody has fallen the well can be retrieved with the help of a divers, but time cannot be retrieved. And there are many resources. We study management, man, machine, material, and many things. Which this resource is the scarcest in the world, the least possible, and it is all personal. And time is money. Common time stealers for all organization or individual. I'll be covering subsequently in the next slide, subsequent slide. Which are the stealers, and you should be very careful about them. Next. Now, management time, when you come to the place of work, we can divide into three parts. One is you have planned your 8 hours of work. The 6 hours you will do this, 2 hours allotted for something else, which includes half an hour lunch, 15 plus 15, 2 tea and all that. But sometimes boss call you and it takes more time and give you dictation. You have lost your plan of 6 hours. Then system imposed time, which we lose. In the sense, electricity has failed, laptop not working, or server has become dead. So this is how you lose time. So we have to plan how to recover this time. I'll be covering the same thing again. No self-imposed time. Certain things are like a subordinate interferes and he got some problem and he comes. You cannot ignore him. Of course, you are the leader of that organization. You cannot ignore him. And then he also take 20, 30 minutes. Again, you have lost it. And whatever boss has spent, system has consumed your time, system has or your subordinate consumed your time. Whatever the time left is, that is your discretionary time that is available to you. Out of 8 hours, you have thought about 6 hours of working, but you have lost 1 hour. How you lose with interruptions, etc., calculation has been done in the subsequent slides. Next, we come to the problems are severe, very severe problem. Some estimate people waste minimum 2 hours a day. And time wasting how takes place? 2 hours. I mentioned 8 hours and you have planned for 6 hours. You have already lost, I already planned 2 hours, but you have lost more than that. Because of system, because of boss. Boss term generally in army we don't use at all. But here, since we are in the different organization, we use it. Your desk, things are not available. The right thing in the right place. Placement meaning is the placement, right thing in the right place. Wherever you put hand, you should know where the things are. Can't find things. Not well organized. Miss appointment. You are given an appointment. No, I sent a message. We are supposed to have meeting on 7th at Ahmedabad and BPA, Blind People Association. The Gujarat Federation said, no, we are at Junagadh. No, it lost my time. Firstly, planning it, then trying to execute it due course of time, and there's a change in that. Next is late and unprepared meetings. To come late, many of you are very sincere. You came on time. It means you are serious about it. And this is the time when you're winding up your office, especially the software industry, except Infosys, because Narayana Murthy will never allow work beyond your office hours. It's very strict. Or so unprepared meeting, when you are meeting, you are not prepared. Those are from material management or purchase managers, you know better. The 2/3 preparation done before you go for a purchase. last agreement. And any penny saved in purchase, it goes to direct to the profit. Volunteer to do things. Some people are they want to become goody-goody. This culture is there in Gujarat, very good culture. Everybody want to be sweet, soft, sweet, without realizing so much a load has been put on you because everybody want to ride the willing horse. You are a willing horse, but you cannot ride 10 people. You can ride only one. You can take a ride of one person only. When we are tired, unable to concentration, another problem. And suggested captions are what I had been doing it in my office. I suggested captions, of course, not visible here. When I had a very large inventory of your age, maybe about 30, 32 years of age, large inventory or 2,500 crore rupees worth at that time. Auditor used to come, find fault. I have put a caption over there. Auditors are guard dogs, not the hounds. You are supposed to do the correction and guide us. You can't be a hound. Hound means shikari kutte. And the second caption, though not visible here. Second was that if you got a time to waste, please don't waste here. How to counter those people, I'll be covering subsequently again a slide. Any point I have mentioned, I'll cover all the point wherever I have made a promise. So my promise is a commitment, not a promise. Not time stealers. Which are the time stealers? Your objectives are not clear, and priorities and importance. Priorities are not clear. Subsequently, we will have a talk on goal setting and goal getting, but such topics cannot be covered in 1 hour. So then how to make objective clear? I'll be covering subsequently again in this slide. Lack of planning, again, I'm going to cover in some other slide. Stress and fatigue. Fatigue means tiredness. This term is not being used. Stress, tension, all these things are being used. When your time is getting upset, you get a high degree of stress. Last moment preparation gives you the high level of stress. Inability to say no. Sometimes you are not that clear. Sir, I will not do it. Or I cannot do it. I got other important thing to be done. Please pardon me. But say politely. Not a curt reply. Desk management, disorganized. No desk management, not nowadays based on a computer only or laptop. Earlier, a lot of in tray, pending tray, out tray used to be there. No, those things are not there. Things are changing. With the change is always good. Change with the change. Those who do not change remain unchanged. Unchanged means stagnation and not rather retardation. So you should change with the change. So we should change it. Meetings. I'll be covering again, not like a Jaspal Bhatti having a meeting. Whenever the wife calling him, he's in the meeting. Not like that. I'll be covering how the meeting should take place, how many minutes you should take. Procrastination, again, I'll be covering subsequently. But procrastination is the biggest enemy of time frame. सुस्ती, laziness, कल कर लेंगे, आफ्टरनून में कर लेंगे. No, that is not acceptable. Procrastination. जो कल करना सो आज कर, जो आज करना सो अब, कल को परले होगी फिर करेगा कब. Like that. One has to think. Acting with incomplete information, unless you got a proper input, perfect input, decision cannot take place. Decision cannot take place. Dealing with the team members, sometimes we'll have a workshop on team building, and I'll give you the paper, and some papers are published in this. Those papers are available. And team building, and then we cover how the team has to be framed, what are the stages of forming of a team and storming and all these things. And crisis management, firefighting. Last moment, there's a Punjabi saying, I'm translating into English, the procession of the Baratis have come. And maternal uncle has to give a earring for the niece. But there's no hole in the ears. The better you make a hole. How can you do that? How can you do that? Unclear communication. Communication sometime will cover. The book which Mr. Pathak has shown, the communication is given as stage 1. This book is stage 1. Organizational behavior, stage 1. Other book is self-management, stage 1. Other two will come stage 2. on 8th of December 2024. Inadequate technical knowledge. Knowledge is a power. It is a very, very important. If you're not prepared, one good saying I must tell you, given from Art of War by Sun Tzu, 2000 years back, he's a general who wrote a book, Art of War, like Bhagavad Gita. It is translated in all the languages of the world. If you know about yourself and the enemy, any number of battles you fight, you win all the battles. Here, enemy mean competitor in the market, and not the battlefield enemy. If you know about yourself and the enemy, any number of battles you fight, you win all the battle. If you know about yourself, not the enemy, half you win, half you lose. Neither you know about yourself and the enemy. Any number of battles you fight, you will lose all the battles. So knowledge or awareness, environmental awareness is very important. Goal and priorities. Though I mentioned earlier, we will be covering in some lecture goal setting and goal getting. I have found out in one of the number of workshop rather, Indo-German tool, majority of the workshop were conducted for Indo-German tool, Indore Management Association at Indore, and State Bank of India. With due apology to every one of them, 90% people do not know how to set the goal. Forget about the getting the goals. Then I give an example. Many examples are given. Today, not the time to give the example. So what we can do is come to the second point. First step to set the goal and to get the goal and follow this acronym SMART. Many of you know it. I don't have to elaborate it. But subsequent slide, the meaning of SMART will come. Learn to see difference between the urgent and the important. Simple family discussion. MCV is not, MC tripped off is urgent. AC not working. It is not urgent. During summer, it is important. During winter, it is not important. Refrigerator. During summer is important, but not urgent if it is not working. But MCV is very important because they are affecting the whole working of the house. Similar way, when we set the goal, we have to define which are the urgent and which are the important one. So we have to lay down how to lay down ABC classification. Again, I'll be covering it. And 80-20 principle, there's a Pareto principle. He's the economics from Italy. He mentioned that 80% wealth lies with the 20% people and 20% wealth lies with the 80% people. This year itself, this clause has changed, but it has appeared only in the paper. The 99% wealth belongs to 1% people of the world, and 1% wealth is being used by 90% people of the world. Not convincing, but 80-20 hold good. 80-20 hold good. So you should, your priorities and importance given to the urgency and the priority, how to be given, the principle 80-20 will apply. Now we question I should ask, when I say what is important and what is urgent, why I am doing this? If somebody asks me why you are doing this, you are not used to virtual meetings. I just conducted 4 program of leadership for 40 hours, but all physical. People came from various parts of the country also, all physical. But I feel they got a system, we should make use of this system. What is the goal? Goal is to disseminate information. The days are gone where we used to hide lectures as a reader, as a lecturer. Now, as a professor, you should give your lecture to everyone. Nobody give presentation, but I love to give. Let people make use of it. The whole responsibility of the country lies on the youth. If we don't disseminate our information to grow them, then what is the fun? The principle is very clear. I grow, all organization grows. Organization grows, country grows. Country grows, all organization grows. All organization grows, all grow, I also grow. Degree of satisfaction, I'm getting it. Why will I succeed? Why will I succeed? I should have a question. Why should I succeed? I manage my time well. My goals are clear, absolutely perfect, lay down. What happens if I choose not to do it? Your senior has given the instruction, you are overburdened, you cannot undertake the instruction, you want to say no. Then you find out why should I say no or not. If you say yes, you are already overloaded. You will not be able to justify this assignment and previous assignment. But will it affect me? Next, please. Again, caption same thing. Cartoon is given. We are way ahead of the schedule. Sometimes we are moving ahead of our schedule, and then we want to rest. When we rest, we take so much of rest, then again we go behind the schedule. So I'll be covering what is just on time, what's just in time, what's just after time. I'll be covering subsequently in the same slide to cover this. Planning is very important. Mr. Pathak also said, if you are not planned, you are planned to fail. Failing to plan is planning to fail. If you are not planned, you have planned yourself to fail. Planning is very important. Those of our management, you know it, post.com, planning, organization, staffing. The first thing is planning, and the last thing is control. Check. Control means check. Planning is very important. Those who are young people, earlier 18, 20 years, used to become father. Now they are planned so well. We'll get married at 30, and before 35, we must have one child, not more than that. The point is that for the planning. Family, okay. Plan each day, each week, month, quarter, and year. I have planned my personal thing 2050. You can imagine today to 2023. Tomorrow, after 2 days, will be 2024. It means I have planned 26 years ahead. With the intention, the average age in our family is 100 years to 110 years. So I will live up to 100 years. So this is how it may be looking funny, but it's the fact of life. So planning is 1 year. What you do is monthly, at least yearly, and day. This is must. Day, month, and year must. Then 5 years and 25 years. Review your plan regularly. And when to review? When to review? Maybe on your birthday, marriage anniversary, child birthday, someday or other. Update your plan, keep on. It's an ongoing process. Upgrade yourself. Certain things had to be disbanded. Certain things had to be added. Pause, think. This is one technique of time management. When you're sitting in the office, take some time just to think only. What you think, I don't have to tell you what to think. A Japanese technique is the best technique. The assistant or receptionist sitting outside the executive's office, somebody want to meet and he's sitting with 2, 3 more guests. He says, sir is free. Imagine, his head of the institute or head of the organization is having a talk with 2, 3 people. Sir, he is free. But when he is alone, he says that he is very busy. Reason very simple. When he is alone, he is thinking. An executive level or higher echelon at the upper layer of the organization, you are thinking 24 hours. Many organizations do not give you a job of VP or MD if you are not married or you are want to live alone, because you have to share the stress of the organization. When you go back home, you have to share something, not the information. Stress has to be shared. The similar way here, when he's alone, she would not allow you to enter. Sir, he's very busy. And you are telling him, no, he's sitting alone. He said, no, sir, he's thinking. That you must take time. This is how we do puja, etc. So you deviate yourself from the routine functioning. Or when you play a game, suppose you are playing basketball, maybe 10 minutes or 15 minutes, enough for basketball. You sweat out. You are watching only the wall and the board and the dribbling. That's all. Nothing. So there's a break in your day-to-day working. This is very important. Follow Japanese technique. Please try out. Next, please. Organized desk. I covered this table I mentioned. I then equated with the desktop or a laptop. Uh, you should have certain thing. Writing, like I put a slip over here with me. Write down what all to be done today and tomorrow. Then calendar, e-calendar you have got, or you have put a calendar on the wall also to draw your attention. It is not to watch a picture, some beautiful picture. Diary, again, you can make a chart on the computer, you can make otherwise also. Certain thing, no envelope, etc., post note may not be required, may be negligibly required for an illiterate person or to send a message to someone else confidentially, not on by email. So in now tray, not over. In now tray is over. Either in or out. Nothing. All is common. Work has to finish on the same day at the given time itself. Nothing in pending. Next, please. Now, paperwork. We are very happy that after Y2K and especially after COVID-19, many things are dependent now on the software and not on the hardware. Filing system cut down, only the certain MOU or certificates, etc. is required. Other things are all on the soft copy. Also, good file system is essential, but 85, based on a study, 85% files are waste. They are not wanted. We are just accumulating it for reference purpose. When it will be referred, Bhagwan janta hai. Nobody knows about it. So, organize your shelves, labeling them. Even you have got the shelf system, this thing, and put a sticker over there. This thing, put a sticker over there. You know where to put your hand. You don't have to hunt a file. You don't have to hunt a thing. The things are already there. Then identify, recognize the label. I'll be covering subsequently. Put a red, certain, when you write on the point, you put a triangle, rectangle, round. Rectangle only I will do it. Triangle, I will do it. Rectangle, I will delegate. A round you have put on the point can be done later on. I'll be covering subsequently again. So this is the earmarking can be done. Avoid fat files. As earlier days, maximum file can contain 200 pages. Then came the folders, binders. It can contain 500 pages. But how to locate it? Either you follow the army system, you give a 500 pages to me, but maintained by army and throw all the 500 pages here and there. I'll be able to collect within half an hour which place should be where, which appendix, which paragraph should be there. They got a foolproof system. Especially when you're working in intelligence, is a foolproof system. But today these systems are not required, but you should know the system because certain hard copies are required and how to maintain. Like today, my lecture is I put a diary 23 12 29 1830. If I put a file number list, this folder number which has been sent to you, it means 6:30 today on 29th of December 2023. No file cannot be mismatched. Like we got a system, date, month, and year. America got a system, month, date, and a year. So there's a mismatch. But this is not a mismatch. Coding can be done by color. Next thing. No, with telephone. This is another problem. Earlier, telephone was a problem. I remember 1972 after Bangladesh, I was the youngest man in that organization, very young man. And I was not to attend the meeting, I should be physically present, not spoke open mouth. I could be seen, not heard. One telephone call came, one Brigadier Sahab, Gautam, what is happening? What I did was, I deplugged the telephone. मैंने हैंडसेट नीचे नहीं रखा वो टू फिर भी करेगा I deplugged the telephone. Now I realize after 50 years that was the right thing I took. It was disturbing. Very important meeting was going on in Agartala. It was disturbing. No, don't do that. My point is that was the childish, unaware of the system. Make short calls. Make short calls. This defense has got a system, short calls, because the 250 people talking on the same net. If everybody is speaking long, the best system is Israel. The best communication system is in Israel. We are somewhere third and fourth position. Very real incident. There were two officers, both are retired now. Somewhere in 87 in Sri Lanka, I gave them the instruction to join me somewhere in the raid. They misinterpreted and they moved back. I got them back, they moved all along the river, lagoon, sea, along the sea beach. To travel on foot on beach is very difficult, sandy beach. It's a tearing. And whatever the time they spent, they never forget. Communication was clear, they interpreted wrongly, and this was the punishment. But this you cannot do here. That you can do in war, but not here. So anyhow, make short call, but tell them why you made me to call. Not arrogantly. Yes, not asking how are you, how's your mother and father. Then you're becoming pally with him. And he will also take your time more and more. What made you to call me? What can I do for you? That's all. Don't put your feet up. Feet up mean you become relaxed. Let the gup go on. Don't do that. Have something in your view. You are waiting to get to the next. You can say that, sorry, I am busy. One of the IS officer here, one friend of mine had come for Delhi. What she did, we have finished our conversation at 15 minutes. Then that man said, she is very civilized. She got up and came up to the door to see us off. I said, no. She has conveyed a message that time is over. The better you leave me. I have to other thing to do. No name. She is from Jodhpur. Uh, when when done, get off. I have a customer waiting. You can do that. And group outgoing call. This is another method. When you are about to leave the office, and that time group outgoing call, the people will not take much time. Don't ask question. They listen to you carefully because they are also in a hurry to go. Next, please. Now, how the interruption play a role? Suppose interruption is 6 to 7 minutes, 6 to 9 minutes, average come to 7.5 minutes. And when you are working on something, having spoken to him 5 to 7 minutes or 10 minutes, when you come back to the original idea, it will take 4 to 5 minutes to recover yourself. You must have seen your house also. You are working on a laptop, lady asking, darling, food is ready. So you say, give me 5 minutes more. And if she says, no, 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 food is getting cold, and you go for a meal or a cup of tea, when you go back, you need additional 4 to 5 minutes to recoup where you were. Of course, same laptop is on, everything is on, pen, pencil, all lying there. You know what to do and what not to do. But yet to recoup, to come to the original mental process, it will take 4 to 5 minutes. And such 5 interruptions, imagine, such 5 interruptions, you will lose 1 hour. On an average, I'm talking about, on an average, you're losing 1 hour. Now, what you do is, in such situation, establish at the start why you have come to see me, what made you to come, so you can welcome him, yes, and preferably when talk to a person, stand. He may think that you are a senior or a junior, why you are standing. When you are standing, you will take lesser time, and that gentleman also go back. Next is stand up. It is necessary for you to deal personally with when one suggestion, you can suggest the meeting later. And remember that when you suggest the meeting later because it's not suiting you, and propose a meeting in his office, in his or her office. I hope you are with me. Anybody want to ask so far? Whenever possible, suggest a meeting in his office. Set time limit in your discussion. Fix the time. You can't have a gossip, story, lori, just to go to sleep. Even your nana, nani, dada, dadi also used to give a story, but not more than 5 to 7 minutes. In 7 minutes, you will go to sleep. Time set limit for your discussion. Avoid engaging in your small talk, gupshup. Small talk means gupshup. If you got a secretary or a personal assistant, give a clear policy with whom to deal and how to deal. Many corporate houses have got certain people. They are not a based of employment and just giving a job to someone. They got a crucial role to play. Crucial role to play. If you cannot get the fellow out, then better you leave the office. Say, I got something else. or someone is calling me. And generally you can convey, but this is one method you can stop interruption and you can continue with the rhythm. Next, please. Now, delegation is very important. Those who study in management, majority of us done MBA or some management courses, and corporate in any case, if though you are an engineer, but yet while in service you do your management courses. Delegation is one of the aspect of management. When I mentioned make a triangle, rectangle, and round, and I said triangle, you what you do is you delegate those things. But remember one principle of delegation. You can delegate it, but responsibility lies with you. You are delegated only the authority. We do on my behalf. But if something goes wrong, you should take blame on you. Then why should I delegate? You are preparing a second string of leadership. You are preparing another man to grow. Let him make a mistake. Once he will make a mistake, but not the blunder. If the work is very crucial or very difficult task, then you do yourself. But the lighter one should be delegated to someone else so that you can spend your quality time for other thinking process. Or don't keep them in the office unnecessarily. किसी को बिठाए रखना नहीं है. Don't interrupt their work unnecessarily when you're delegated. When they're delegated, I'll give you one example, few example. I'll be giving you a defeat into victory from a field marshal. Many field marshal are giving you certain examples also. Many of them in Indore, Pitampur, they used to call us for such program, workshop, 5 days workshop, 4 days workshop, just because they want the authenticity. Army authenticity is very high because we do physically only then we speak. So don't disturb them. Let them do. Let them make mistake. But in any case, you are not given a priority work that you are doing yourself. Don't decide on issues, delegate it to them. Let them take the decision. Don't let them pass the issue back to you and make sure they do it also. Otherwise, sir, I cannot do it. Why don't you guide me? Then you are wasting time, double the time you are wasting. It cannot happen. Treat your people well, but not like Field Marshal Manaksha. I will not give the example. He is a well-known, or the picture has been released recently. A great man. He was supposed to be settled in as a boy of 16 years of age, supposed to be settled in Karachi, but he settled in Lahore and joined the army. Great asset. I will not mention the whole story. So this story is enough for you. Communication must be clear. No, get in writing. Everything cannot be given writing. Communication is always verbal. When the communication is very important, that Mr. Dalip Kumar, you have been transferred from Ahmedabad to Surat. You have to move forthwith. By 6 p.m. today, you must leave. Fine. He will leave at 6 p.m. But it must be followed by the transfer order because he had to move his family one place to another. The claim is TAD and other thing. So these things should be in the writing subsequently, which are the important instructions are there, not a routine instruction, important instruction. Give objectives, not procedures. This is Field Marshal William Slim. He mentioned when he was in Burma, the book A Defeat into Victory. He mentioned the Indians are genius. Indian soldiers are genius, which include officer. When we say officer, or then is the officer. When you say soldier, it means all officers, irrespective of the rank, top to bottom, all are soldiers. Anybody putting in a uniform is a soldier. You can't say that I am an officer. So he said, assign them a work. Assign them a work. And don't tell them how to do it. You will be surprised how they do it. Soldiers also come from the same folk, you and me. Same thing happened in our office also. With the reasonable intelligence of a person with 100 IQ plus, can come with a brilliant ideas. Next, we come to the tell the importance of the task. That is very important. What is the relative of importance of the task? Relatively, very important or least important. Delegate fully, give credit. Once things have been done, credit must be given to the fellow who has been delegated the authority, not because you have guided him or you have taught him how to do it. Give a credit. It may build his morale. Morale means willingness to do second time again. Next, don't set aside the fixed hours in a day when your staff can meet you. The time must be given. I have seen in societies here, anywhere in the country, people are president, secretary, and all these things, but they don't sit in the society. There are no fixed hours. मर्जी से आओ मर्जी से चले जाओ. Alright, you are honorary post, fine. We have elected you, fine. But you must fix a time, 1 hour, 10 to 11 in the evening, 3 to 4 hours, something like that, 3 to 4 p.m. भाईबंदी वाला सौदा नहीं होना चाहिए. The similar way, there should be time, free entry, so that people can layerly and comfortably speak to you and discuss their problem. And when they discuss their problem, sometime we'll cover in a communication, make a eyeball to eyeball contact. Not that you are writing and listening. Okay, okay, keep on talking. You are writing also. Keep on talking and looking at the piece of paper on the keyboard. Never do that. You are disrespecting your employee. So delegation, I sum up that only authority delegated assigned a work, but when something goes wrong, then you should hold yourself responsible. If everything goes goody, and then give a pat at the back of your employee. This will raise his morale. I mentioned earlier procrastination, biggest enemy of time management. Biggest enemy in the sense, laziness. Procrastination chore. It makes you kamchor. Doing things at the last moment, it leads to stress, and that it will take, something will go wrong. Deadlines are really important. Establish them yourself. This is to be done by so and so date, so and so time. Over. Identify why you are not enthusiastic. Sometimes we find there is no enthusiasm. Josh is not there. Josh is missing. Some people got a Josh, but no hosh. Out of proportion, they do it. Many of you must be seeing Tarak ka Mehta ka ulta chashma. One fellow who got a jeep and all that. Sometimes he does many things in Josh. Are they looking for a girl? Any girl he sees, he said, the suitable girl for me. Everything in a Josh. Alright, there should be hosh also. Enthusiasm is perfectly alright. Sometimes we don't do that, fear of embarrassment. तो क्या होगा, लोगों को पता लग जाएगा, और जहां हम फेल हो जाएंगे तो क्या होगा. अरे let it happen. Albert, everybody knows what a great scientist on this earth ever born. Somebody asked, you have failed in 1,000 experiments. He said, no, I got 1,000 experiences. Next will be success. And same thing happened in his life. No, average executive, more than 40% time. Prepare beforehand, and there must be an agenda before do any meeting. I mentioned 2/3 time preparation. When you purchase a material from various places, we get a call, Gujarat Heavy Chemical and all the companies over here, many companies are there, and whether Tata or Gujarat Heavy, old companies I'm talking about, they procure coal from China, from America, but they procure from India also. Luck would have it, what the Houthi militants are doing it, they block the Red Sea on all these places. So you can't stop the machine. The setup cost will go up. To restart the machinery, the cost will go up. So you have to have the purchase in India and outside also. Write things down, write down what all point to be discussed, what are the pros and cons of each event, and when is the next meeting. When you finish your meeting, then the next meeting will take place so and so place. What do I need to have, what do you or I need to have done by then, could have been done by then and it has not been done. Lack of, lock the door and unplug the phone, in the sense, no, mobile cannot be unplugged. No, it can be unplugged, but you put in the low silent mode. Important message can be seen, it gives an indication with the light, and message can be seen, but don't depend on that and attend the call. And meeting should not go more than 1 hour. And that is also 50 minutes. 50 minutes. No, I took a presentation at 6, I think 6:40. 6:30 तो पाठक सामने लिया. 6:40, so I should finish at 6:35 at come but may. Our commitment. No, I'm not scheduling yourself. Over commitment, never do that. When you get an answer, whether should I do or not, I said, learn how to say no. Will this help me to get my KRA, key result area, key performance area? Those of from HR or manufacturing, they know what a KRA, QA, all these things, you know it. So this is the one question should be asked. If it is affecting it, say yes. If it's not affecting, say no. Next, please. Time journal. Make every half an hour what all to be done when scheduling has to be done. Next, please. Do list. What is to be? Make a habit of spend 5 to 10 minutes each day on planning your activity for the next day. Lay down what is to be done tomorrow. I do. Many of you must be doing it. Rather, all must be doing it. Some do regularly, some do religiously and rigorously, and some do casually. So we should make the list beforehand. Carry forward. Carry forward. No issue. ABC rating of priorities. What is the priority one? What is the priority one? Priority two? Priority three? Manufacturing, you cannot compromise. QA has to apply. No defect. Many companies in Gujarat itself, their defect rate is 10 raised to power minus 6. And Japan is purchasing from Ahmedabad. If you do not know, Harsha International, their product is bearing is going to Japan. Japanese and German, they don't buy product like that. German I'm talking about, of course, they are not sending to Germany. They are the biggest manufacturing country in the whole Europe. Next, please. Some tips, don't waste time regretting. Sometimes you made a mistake. काश की ऐसे हो जाता, काश की तो बहुत गलती होगी. अरे forget it, whatever they done. रात गई, बात गई. Close the chapter. Don't waste time feeling guilty. If you feel guilt, your efficiency will go down. Fine, you have regretted once, fine, it's over. Work smarter than a harder. Smart work. Two sisters, both have to attend brother marriage. One living in Surat, another living in Ahmedabad. And sister from Surat sent 1,000 rupees to be given on the marriage ceremony to her brother. That's a very hard working lady. And the other sister, very smart sister. She added rupee 1. Mommy, ये हम दोनों बहनों की तरफ से. Look at this smart and hard working. Of course, it will not happen. So, I given it. Try not to waste other people's time. Recognize inevitably some of the time will be spent on the activities outside your control. Sometimes because imposed by boss, imposed by system, imposed by subordinate, all these things have to happen. Have a confidence in judgment. जो हो गया है, my decision. Believe in your decision. Anybody makes a mistake. I have a covering. Those who take deliberate decision, those who take quick decision, they make mistake. Those who take deliberate decision, those leaders also make mistake. Then what should we do? Take quick decision. Take quick decision. Now you have saved the time. You have converted 24 hours into 26 hours. What you had been covering in 24 hours, 26 hours, you are covering 24 hours. You are saving 2 hours. The time is available for the personal, keeping yourself fit, joke, playing game, or for family, playing with the grandchildren or children or sibling. You are making your career, doing higher education, adding something, contact program or distance learning program, keeping yourself healthy. Finance management, share market booming. Don't jump into the share at this moment. Be very selective. Work in the community, help people. Spirituality, राम राम जपना, but not प्रेम वाला अपना नहीं सोचना है. और next please. Now, thank you very much. I have covered. There was no two-way traffic. It's a one-way traffic. If somebody can they communicate directly to me? They cannot. No issue. You can communicate online. Or next last slide is एक minute. Last slide. Why I have done so? 1999, Pakistan made a mistake. Batra and many people came in the limelight. Many officers, soldiers came in the limelight. And second, I have given you the Ashoka Chakra. The wheel is wheel of prosperity. You are moving around the clock. Wheel of prosperity. ये गति में चलता रहेगा. मैं समय हूँ. मेरे को कोई रोक नहीं सकता है. Other I have shown the tanks, etc. Is a very cheap tank. One engine cost 20 crore. Baki cost of the tank I will not be able to tell you. Thank you very much. Wish you all the best. Mr. Pathak, I mentioned about the books, Organization Behavior, Self-Management, Volume 1, 2. They are all dedicated to the soldiers. Like my PhD thesis 20 years back or more than 20 years back were dedicated to certain people. This is dedicated to Major Harbhajan Singh and the 18 soldiers. And the last line written is there that lessons were taught to China in 1967. It took 51 years to reopen the border issue. We lost 18 people, they lost 250 people. Similar way, the next volume is coming up in the memory of Major T.L. Sharma, 38 more soldiers in Bangladesh. As like that, they're all dedicated to people. Thank you very much. Now I hand over to Mr. N.M. Pathak. So N.M. full form to Narinder Bhai, Damodar Bhai, I know it, but I don't know which type of Bhai he is.
मैं भाई तो हूँ, देशभक्त भी हूँ. देशभक्त हूँ मैं. मुझे इंडिया को एक ऐसी जगह पे ले जाना है, लाइक पीपल नो चाइना, ओके, and people think that only democratic country cannot go up fast as China has grown. But it's not that you need a democracy, or non-democratic country cannot go up. India is a democratic country. Democratic country would grow even faster than what you ever thought of it. It would be balanced growth. It would be a balance not only in terms of richness of the mind, but richness of the people. They have a fruitful, happy, and they feel like feel within good, which is democratic. Like every person in India feel that they have a right to express something which is against the will of the whole people, but they are working for the country. So when I meet Colonel Saab, I salute for one reason, that I need a country who wants to grow faster than they needed 4 people. 60 to 75, 80 people would work because they know how to produce the result, what result will come. And if they are supported by this, then I have no words to say. And the time management, time is a precious thing in life. First thing is like I have got 24 hours. So when I get up in the morning, first thing many times I do is I put my shoes ready. So when I get up, मैं मेरा जूते बाहर रखूंगा, उसके मोजा रख दूंगा. Then I sequentially arrange everything that even last thing would save my time. Time is not only one thing. It's like पहला काम पहले करो, last काम ऐसा. It's not required. My each things are planned, a coded, thought way, and that is the why. When I say somebody that I'll reach at 7:30, I'll reach before time 7:25, but that is not like a क्या बोलते हैं paper book. I honor my word, but sometimes I miss it. Then I would inform him that I may come for 5-10 minutes late, whatever reason may be. But reason is not an excuse, but it's like a abnormal circumstances, then I don't want to be outrageous and reach there, because you be normal. लोग अपना word तोड़ नहीं तोड़ते इसलिए काफी कुछ तोड़ते हैं. It's not like that. You honor your word. Honor does not mean that you are breaking the words. With this, again next Friday there would be a sequel. This time we are going to talk on GST. Next Friday, on 20th, there would be a talk on ISACA chapter forum. With this, again salute to Colonel Saab and our Indian Army and this thing. With this, I close this session today. Thank you very much. And any question you have it, you can ask me later on, and we would honor the question. With this,